The 2-seeded Toronto Raptors will face the Orlando Magic in the first round. I am shocked that the Orlando Magic are somehow, some way in the playoffs. You know, my preseason most improved player of the year, because I watched a lot of them last summer, was Aaron Gordon. But I am still shocked that the Orlando Magic snuck in and took a playoff spot away from two teams that I thought were better than the Magic in the Miami Heat and also the Charlotte Hornets. I just thought those two teams had better players. But kudos to the Magic and their fan base for giving themselves a little bit of promise. They haven't been to the postseason in quite some time. Haven't been relevant since that Dwight Howard era. A lot of criticism has been given to that Orlando Magic staff for not bringing in a lot of players that have not panned out, but they're in the playoffs now. Congrats to them. But their journey will end in about 8 to 10 days. They will get swept by the Toronto Raptors. I don't expect this series to be close. In the Western Conference, I said the Warriors would sweep the Clippers, but I said every game would be close. In this series, the Raptors will sweep the Orlando Magic. None of these games, for the most part, will be that close. The Toronto Raptors are into rest. By the way, that fan base has been disrespected over the last few years by Kyrie Irving and LeBron. And last year, they were straight up disrespected by LeBron James by himself. They flip-flopped DeMar DeRozan to Kawhi Leonard. More mentally stable. Kawhi Leonard's not afraid of anybody in the Eastern Conference. Like DeMar was, he's kind of admitted that LeBron kind of put a little bit of fear in him, right? I like the season that Kyle Lowry had when he wasn't injured. I really like Pascal Siakam a lot. I think if the Raptors lose Kawhi Leonard, they'll be okay. Siakam he's really, really good. I expect this series to be over in 4 games. The Toronto Raptors are all in the rest. Kawhi and pretty much sat out over a quarter of the season with rest. They're going to want as much rest as possible. My X factor for the series, I'm going to give it to Kyle Lowry. I could have went Siakam, but Lowry had a good season starting out the gate. The first month or two of the season, I remember they went into Golden State and beat the Warriors without Kawhi Leonard. And for a lot of the season, Lowry was leading the league in assists, and then he missed a lot of action. Look, Kyle Lowry was right alongside DeMar DeRozan when they were getting their butts kicked the last 2 years to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. What's up, Kyle Lowry? I mean, you got the player that's better than the older guy you had, right? Like, you got a guy that has been there, done that, has been a Finals MVP before in Kawhi Leonard. It's on you now. You know what he's going to give you when he plays. He's giving you 25 a game. I need you to be an all-star. You make that all-star game every year. Now it's time to play like one. He's the X factor. I expect him to be able to dominate a very young Orlando Magic team. And I expect them to be sitting, waiting on their next opponent between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. I expect the Toronto Raptors to get rid of Orlando in 4.